The people who steal your inheritance or your legacies, and we'll get that in just a second, are not strangers to the game. They're people like your family, people that you trust. And many estate plans, wealth management plans, financial plans, and this is not an indictment against the industry, because many of these guys are great people. Men and women are great people that I work with. Many great people in those industries. But I do feel like advisors, professionals in those industries, estate planners, advisors across the board, do not do a thorough enough job about explaining to you about how those plans can be exploited, nor what their fees are, nor what the costs are in the event that it's not done correctly or a mistake is made, or what the risks are, or how to help you strategize further to prevent these things. And so my thoughts today are about that. And certainly we all know about how our kids, with the exception of a couple of crazy cases that I've had, almost always your kids are never going to admit to you that they're going to steal, they're going to take, and neither are your siblings. And the fact that this is known and not strategized more drives me more as an investigator wild than anything else. But what I want you guys to consider too is, so even if you know that, hey, like, I need to have a plan in place with somebody in charge and not my siblings, or even my parents tell me that, or my kids, I don't need them in charge, right? It needs to be somebody independent. I want you to think harder about that, about the executor, about the trustee, about the trust officer, about the guardian, about, we're going to call it the lawyer, the advisor, other professionals or close people, and we all know them, the helpful relative or the helpful friend that's got your power of attorney. Think more closely about that too, because those situations are where the money more quietly moves out of the scene. And nobody wants to believe this or really think about it until the money is gone. And of course, if you're the one leaving it, you're dead and you won't care. It's like, but you will care today, and you want to make sure that it's done right. And I can tell you, certainly, you'd be disappointed. And my name is Benton Watson. I am a longtime investigator and a trial lawyer in Houston. And I deal with broken trust every single day. And the problem is that when people bring me or my investigation team in to a situation, sometimes it's really difficult, given timing and the logistics of things, to fix them. And we've seen so many of these bad cases go wrong that we've said, okay, we're going to start exposing more and educating people about what happens in these things and trying to hold some people accountable. And I just want you guys to realize, and I'm taking a little license here against my collective network for what we wanted to do, because I want to stick with a theme this month, and that is, not all liars are thieves, but all thieves are liars. Sure, and if you're a bad liar, you're probably not going to be the best thief. But what happens when you have a good liar who's a good thief? So what I'm asking you to do is remember that, and remember to, yes, trust is important, but vet everybody and verify everything. For every decision that is made, have an understanding. And I understand these situations are hard to confront. These decisions are hard to confront and have a conversation about, but you have to. You have to start asking questions, and you have to understand why everything is made. And then for the closing, I want you guys to check us out. We're going to give more tips about how to verify these things. about what to do, and help people understand and educate people. But one of the famous legal writers said that reputation is a shadow cast by one's daily life. And I got to thinking about that. And there's other quotes about character, and there's other things that I've thought about and had to deal with and confront. And there's other things that we've had to deal with and confront. Even more as an investigator than a lawyer, especially it's hard for a jury, yes, but seeing this on paper is when things get so petty, you're like, this is not what she wanted. This is not what he wanted. And it just really breaks you down. And so I came up with one, I think, formula. I'm not a math guy, so I'm gonna use ABC. We take character and we say, this is how you live every day. It's how you live, your hard work, your accumulation of wealth, everything that you take in a day, throughout the days and throughout the days of your life. We'll call that A. And then we take B as reputation, influence, status. Those are things to be observed. Sometimes emulated, sometimes not, but they're certainly observed. And there's certainly a shadow of what you do for A. But when we put those together, that leaves a legacy. And that's the reputation you want to leave. It's the money you want to leave. It's the remembrance of everything that you've done in your life. Sometimes on a neighborhood level, sometimes on a national level. Even there's a few for a world level. But what we hate seeing is big legacies being created and destroyed by kids or siblings. Just remember this and take it to heart. And if you have a different calculation, I understand, but stay cool.